That was up there. Okay, let's move on to Hamster. He has this he wants us to do a react of a react. I'm not sure why. But I see a pumpkin and I'm already scared of whatever this is going to be. When you see a whole pumpkin, the last time I saw a whole pumpkin like this, somebody shoved a fucking chicken into it. And they made baked chicken pumpkin. It was god awful. It scared the living shit out of me. So I'm kind of afraid of whatever they're going to do. If you find the OG video that she's reacting to, you're the one that uses TikTok, Hamster. You and Nettie are like the only people that post TikToks. Everyone else uses YouTube. All right, let's get into this.
What are you cooking? She said this was the ultimate fall fantasy. So we're starting with 2 boxes of uncooked Barilla rotini.
Okay.
And a pumpkin.
Okay.
With a Bud Light tall boy.
Wait, what? No. No, why did you send me? Okay, I've cooked things with beer before, like you cook sausage with beer, and that sounds kind of nice and all, but why are you cooking your pasta in beer? Don't cook your pasta in beer!
No butter, no milk, no salt and pepper.
True.
Just a really
I did ask for it.
American Pilsner. On top of it, it's a light Pilsner, which means there's water added to it.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, she's not wrong. Jesus Christ.
Oh, we're getting the processed cheese. Okay, so there's your Velveeta log.
Oh! Okay. I know there are plenty of people who like to cook with these Velveeta. She said it right, log. The Velveeta brick. I hate it. I hate it. I'm either gonna make my own cheese or I'm not gonna do something that requires cheese in it because Vivi, don't cry. Because it's one of those things where it's like, oh god, there's so much of it. It's not even like most people where they're like, ugh, it's just chemical mush. I'm like, most of food. I mean, if we're going to be honest, it is actual cheese. So you probably saw in the food video, I posted the American cheese, how to make it. So it is actual cheese, just processed into a form that makes it easier to melt. But there's something just off of it about putting that much into anything that you eat. That is a lot of cheese. That's the whole point. Yeah, exactly. You probably use a quarter of that log and mix in a little bit of milk and butter and make a way better cheese sauce than just throwing in the whole log of Velveeta cheese. Just think, Mark. Think. Ugh.
And,
they need all of this cheese to even come to a fraction of our power.
You're using scissors to cut it. Oh, honey.
Oh,
this
no.
has the consistency of Play-Doh. You can rip it apart with your hands.
That's true.
Oh, yeah, there you go. See, it's just like Play-Doh, and it kind of tastes
Yep.
the same, too. Uh-huh. All right, that's plenty. Okay. Oh, yes.
So we have beer,
more
pumpkin, and cheese.
No one can poop tomorrow. Okay, we're going to add more cheese.
Oh!
Okay, so no...
Okay. This is where I get mad at people who make these kinds of videos. This right here. This. Why do you need another bag of cheese? Why? Cheese is good. I get it. Cheese is good. But one, don't get shredded cheese like that. If you're gonna make anything with melted cheese, This is a cooking tip from Vivi. If you're going to get anything that uses melted cheese like this, do not get this pre-shredded shit. Pre-shredded cheese, just like sliced cheese, usually has an anti-sticking agent in it, and that makes it harder to melt when you're trying to make a cheese thing. So get a brick of cheese and actually shred it yourself so that you have better results. And in the case of what she's probably going to do, which is throw an entire bag of extra cheese inside of her cheese, is to cover up the slightly bitter flavor of anti-caking agent on cheese. Which is why normally, you know, you get like a handful and you put it on something. You don't pour the whole bag in. I might pour the whole bag in if I'm making like 6 different servings or 8 different servings. Of course, I wouldn't add an additional Velveeta cheese log on top of it. It just seems a little bit rough.
No one will be able to poop for a whole week.
Oh, no, I don't.
Right.
You're right. I have no idea
Right,
what
now
else
we're
is
gonna
being
add
added.
More cheese.
Oh!
Okay.
So we have processed cheddar, we have mozzarella, and Colby Jack. Hooray! So much cheese. Wait a second. So have you guys seen the video of the lady at Taco Bell complaining about her nacho cheese, and there's that guy in the background sitting there pointing at her going, "More cheese! More cheese!" and laughing.
What do you take?
It's fucking, yeah. Oh no, get away. More cheese. More cheese. That's pretty funny.
This is that person, isn't it? This is the person. I added cheese to your cheese so you could eat cheese while you eat cheese. Exactly. And you guess what? They'll have to probably more cheese at this point.
All right, getting the cheese in there.
Please at least add some pepper and salt for flavor. So far it's just cheese, beer, and noodles.
Alrighty.
To be fair, cooking something like this in a pumpkin will add pumpkin flavor as it roasts. I will give them that, but I still think that pumpkin by itself is probably not enough to save this massacre. This horrible monstrosity of human creation.
Got cheese stuck on your fingernail.
Yeah, they're not gonna shit for a week.
Add some more cheese.
Yep, yep.
Okey-dokey.
They are not shitting.
And what are we at?
This is just
Some of that cheese
impossible
stuck on your
now.
fingernail. That's really annoying. Go wash your hands.
True.
You've got
Agreed.
a pepperoni rolls.
But we're gonna stuff these on top.
You're gonna stuff those on top.
Oh,
instead of
Jesus
putting the lid on?
Christ,
How
that's-
is this ever going?
That is where the quote-unquote spices are going to come from. Perfect waste of good cheese. Exactly. That is where she's thinking. And she put more cheese in the pepperoni rolls. Do y'all see that? There's more cheese in the pepperoni. But that's where she thinks the spices are going to come from, is the pepperoni. I'm actually livid by this. This is awful.
What? We already know this is going sideways fast, but let's see what happens next. Okay.
We are going
Oh.
to put this in the oven.
We are.
Okay.
200 degrees.
400?
30 minutes.
One bite,
30
no
minutes? It's
pooing
never
for a
gonna
month.
cook.
Yep.
Different pumpkins.
That's
And
too
have-
hot and it's too short of a time.
And then we're just scoop it out.
Agreed. Stop. It's already dead.
Stop! He's already dead.
So what this lady has done, if you don't know by why she said specifically 400 for 30 minutes. If you didn't hear, yes, 400 degrees for 30 minutes. 30 minutes to an hour at 400 is what you would use to roast pumpkin if you're going to then scrape it all off to make into like pumpkin mash for you to use later for like pies and stuff. It's basically, it's hot enough to where it's going to roast the outside and kind of make the inside a little bit gooey so that you can peel that shit off easier. So that's where she looked up and saw that's how long you cook a pumpkin. But the other thing is you don't put the whole pumpkin in there like that. That's not how you do it. You slice the pumpkin up into like bits so that it's easier to scrape off later, and then you can use that for like a soup and all kinds of other stuff. This is not how you cook anything in a pumpkin. Do not follow these directions. You'll want something like 300 or 350 for a while. This is a big ass amount of cheese, so you're probably looking at like an hour, hour and a half at least. Oh god, that's a lot. With all the other stuff that got them, exactly. I know what they're thinking in their brain. They're thinking that with the Pilsner in there, it's gonna start boiling. But the problem is the heat has to go through the entire outer layer of the pumpkin first, which is probably why they said 400 degrees, which makes sense, but it's not gonna, I don't think it's gonna boil the beer that's inside very much.
Let's see how it turns out. You all know this is going to be a double.
No, the top's on purpose so that it has a place to vent. See? Oh, yeah, yep.
Macaroni is not cooked.
Exactly. The cheese didn't melt.
It's removed!
The bacon on top, you'll see, is kind of burned almost, because it got heated up there, but then down in the center, it looks exactly the same as she put it in. Oh god, this is fucking awful.
The pepperoni's burnt, and the cheese is only half melted.
Oh god.
Dinner's ready. I am awarding no points.
Yeah.
Emotional damage.
I agree.
No double.
This
for you.
is
And
oh.
you should probably go take a home ec class
Oh.
because that made no sense at all. That has to be the worst macaroni and cheese recipe I've ever seen on TikTok.
Yeah, yes, it will be very crunchy. Those noodles did not get cooked through, undoubtedly. Undoubtedly, they were not. They're gonna be kind of stale. The cheese is a lump on top of it, which, you know, I know lots of people who like cheese sauce. I know very little people who want an entire spoonful of just half melted cheese. Like, I've seen people, I've done it myself even, where you cut off a slice of the cheese or you take a little handful of like shredded cheese. I don't think anyone wants that consistency of cheese in their mouth by the spoonful. That looked awful. This is coming from somebody. I've created my own recipes and on things myself that I've worked on. It's that was just that was heartbreaking. Half a log of Velveeta, 2 pounds of different types of cheeses. Exactly. That takes time. You see, okay, if you wanted a slightly better outcome for this, one, take it out of the pumpkin, or if you really have to do it in the pumpkin, do all of the pasta first. Do all the pasta first so it's all completely cooked through. Do it slightly hard, so you don't want it completely cooked through, but you want it in there. Skip the beer. Don't put beer in it. There's already actually a surprising amount of juice inside of al dente. There's a surprising amount of juice left over in that inside of a pumpkin, if you've ever cooked one before. So you would you would cook the pasta first. You would make the cheese into a sauce and then put that and mix it with the pasta. Then you could put your little pepperoni roses if you really need to, so that they're inside the pumpkin, so that they're not getting the direct heat, so the top doesn't burn while the bottom doesn't cook. Then you put the top back onto the pumpkin, put a little holes in it so that it can kind of steam a bit. and you do it on a little bit lower temperature for a longer time, kind of like a casserole. You turn the pumpkin into a flavorful casserole dish. Don't do what this person did. Hey there, everybody. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you want some more. Go follow me on Twitch, on twitch.com/HomunculusVivi. Have a great and wonderful day.